Good afternoon. I'm very glad to meet you. Thank you for taking part in this presentation. I'm Kate Yu, in charge of tech support at SUPREMA. Today, I'm going to explain BioStar 2.5 new feature. I've divided my talk as follows. Those features are BioStar 2.5 updated list. First of all, I'll explain excluded features of BioStar 2.5, and then explain improved features and new features. Excluded system requirements are Oracle DBMS support and Internet Explorer. To improve BioStar 2 features and performance of BioStar 2, we excluded this system requirement. Please check if you have a customer which is using Oracle. They will not be able to upgrade to BioStar 2.5, and please be aware that MS SQL database is suitable for a small size project because of BioStar 2 system performance. We are going to improve that to version 2.6. Let's see improved features of BioStar 2.5. First feature is change of default admin password. In previous BioStar 2 versions, the admin password was left as the same default password on install. It was easy enough to change the password after the initial login, but now, in order to improve the initial security of the software, you will be prompted to change the admin password upon installing BioStar 2.5. Second part is HTTPS support as default. In order to make the communication on the web browser secure at all times, we have decided to make the usage HTTPS the default for the web server. However, you can still reconfigure the server to use HTTP if that is desired, but the default is HTTPS. HTTP access mode will be maintained for upgrade users who have been using HTTP previously. Default HTTPS port is 443. You can configure the port number to BioStar setting. Once you finish BioStar 2.5 installation at first time, you should enter https:// at the front of IP address on web browser. You will have to install a certificate on your PC where you are accessing BioStar 2's web client to avoid the error message with unsafe website. Instruction on applying the HTTPS certification is shown at our knowledge base. Let's see quickly. When you see this page, click Advanced on the bottom of the page. And then there will be Proceed to Server IP address. Click that. You can access BioStar 2 with not secure page. To use HTTPS via web browser, the browser should check a certificate of the web page. So BioStar 2 administrator should create a certificate for BioStar 2. You can access BioStar 2 with not secure page. To use HTTPS via web browser, the browser should check a certificate of the web page. So, BioStar 2 administrator should create a certificate for BioStar 2. After log on BioStar 2, go to Setting and click HTTPS. You can download certificate tool of BioStar 2. In case of operator level admin user, you should forward the tool to the user. The page won't indicate for operator level user. You can enroll a certification with the server IP address. To apply the certification, you should close all Chrome browser and reopen. For your reference, server PC should have a static IP address. If a customer would like to use another type certificate like private certificate, they should register manually. You can refer the article from SUPREMA tech support site. Next change of BioStar 2 is login credential. In previous BioStar 2, you could log on with login ID only, but BioStar 2.5 provides ID and email as a login credential. Next change is automatic device synchronization. BioStar 2.5, if you have an automatic synchronization on, the synchronization is automatic even when the device loses connection and connect to the server again. When you synchronize a device with the server sends all its updated user, access group, door, and zone information to be stored on the device. However, in previous version of BioStar 2, even if you synchronized the device with the server, the device ran out of sync once the device lost connection with the server. You could see that the device has lost sync with the server by looking at the yellow caution sign on the corner of the device on the device menu in BioStar 2. In that case, the administrator had to click Sync to synchronize the device with the server again. Next is device disconnected alert. BioStar 2 administrator can receive an alert whenever a device is disconnected. To receive device disconnection detected from BioStar 2 server, you can set through alert setting. BioStar 2.5 also supports to send an email for device disconnection. To make an email alert, the device disconnected or detect event should be added to trigger an action menu of BioStar 2 setting. Plus, BioStar 2.5 supports fingerprint enrollment through slave device. You can enroll user fingerprint via slave device. It was not chosen in rural BioStar 2 version. What is next change of BioStar 2.5? It's monitoring. There are three parts for improved feature of monitoring menu. First of all, BioStar 2.5 will not indicate all logs to one page. Instead of that, BioStar 2.5 supports a configured period and navigation button. Also, monitoring menu is available to indicate TNA key. This is short demonstration. As you can see, there is period option and navigation option. You can choose the period as daily, weekly, monthly, or custom period. To see TNA key event, you need to add TNA event from column setting. Let's look into monitoring menu more. BioStar 2.5 will show a log data in accordance with the configured period and navigation key. Previous BioStar 2 only kept the TNA key event in BioStar 2 access AC database only. Now, BioStar 2.5 can indicate TNA key event to log event menu. Before adding TNA key columns of event log menu, you need to add a label for TNA key event button to see TNA event properly, and then it will appear to TNA key column of event log. Let's see new features of BioStar 2.5. First feature is firmware update alert message. For stabilized system performance, BioStar 2 system will make an alert message if a device firmware is old version. We recommend upgrading firmware to latest version. The pop-up will occur whenever you log on BioStar 2. Next is Core Station. It's a major feature of BioStar 2.5. Core Station is SUPREMA's first controller for a centralized access control system. It does not have a reading capability, unlike other edge devices, and its role is to control the slave and weekend devices that are connected to the device. It has 4 relays, 4 weekend input, and 5 RS485 channels where you can connect slave devices. This is zoomed in display of this is a zoomed in display of the core station's panel. The device's input is supervised input, which means that the device can sense if the input has been tampered with, just like the TM20. A log distinguishing a normal input or shorted input will be logged in the event log, and a device action can be configured accordingly as well. Core Station supports 4 onboard reader ports for both weekend and RS485 interface, along with relays, input, and reader power out. This is information you can check on our marketing brochure. Core Station has a staggering matching 400,000 matches per second. This means you can have 8 devices sending biometric information at the same time and still have a match result in 1 second. It's too small to confirm each information via presentation file. Let's see next page. Main specifications are as follows. The device can store up to 500,000 users and 1 million fingerprints for one-to-one matching. The benefit of having a centralized controller is that your dummy readers, which are on the door, do not store any user information. Additionally, if your site had RS485 wiring with no Ethernet, you can reuse the wiring as is. By creating a daisy chain of 32 DM20 with 4 weekend readers per device and 4 weekend readers on Core Station interface, you can control up to 132 doors with a single Core Station. Core Station can have up to 64 slave devices, including all RS485 port connection. Note that Base Station 2 cannot be used as slave devices. This is sample diagram of a Core Station setup. It can control multiple DM20s with a daisy chain and also control multiple biometric devices and card readers at once. The slave devices will be connected with a RS485 connection, and the third-party RF readers will be connected with weekend wiring. The Core Station itself will have to be wired with Ethernet to connect to the BioStar 2 server. Core Station also comes with an option enclosure which include this. Core Station also comes with an optional enclosure which includes the power supply unit and the power distribution board. You will have to purchase the battery locally at your country according to the specification guideline. The battery will keep the core station operational for around 30 minutes in idle status if the power goes out. This time will differ based on the number of devices that are connected and how much the slave devices are used during this time. The enclosure has a temper switch that sends a temper event every time the enclosure is opened. An event log will be created and the core station loses power as well. It's knowledge check time. Which product is BioEntry R2? Yes, answer is A and B, but A and B could be BioEntry P2. It's hard to distinguish P2 and R2 with the exterior only. You can distinguish the device from the back of the device. R2 has power port and RS-485 port only, unlike P2. R2 is our new dummy reader's device, which only has a RS-485 connection. It has the exact same exterior as BioEntry Plus 2, but has stripped down version. If you are going to use core station, this device would be perfect for your setup because you only need to send the card and fingerprint data to the master. As I mentioned earlier, R2 only has power port and RS-485 port. In case of reset button, it will help to set baud rate of RS-485 of R2 without software connection, or you can also initialize the baud rate. Next new supported device is BioEntry P2. BioEntry P2 is the next version of our popular access control device, BioEntry Plus. The size remains similar, but its capacity has doubled, and the match speed has also greatly improved. Even if you fill the maximum number of users, the authentication should happen in 1 second. This is back part of BioEntry P2. It can be used with Ethernet connection or slave as RS-485 and receive weekend input or send weekend output through the weekend cable. It is the perfect entry-level device that can be used inside with basic access control requirements. The sensor that is used is the most recent OP6 sensor. Your frequency reading of card is possible. This is detailed comparison table. You can refer it later. Main difference between P2 and R2 is as follows. R2 doesn't have fingerprint matching function unlike P2. For I-Class and HID procs, BioEntry P2 OA is only compatible. Let's see how to add slave device of core station. After adding RS-485 slave device, you can scan fingerprint through RS-485 slave devices. The user information will be synchronized to core station. The fingerprint matching process will be done by core station. A new zone called intrusion alarm zone is introduced with BioStar 2.5. The alarm zone's function is to detect any intrusion during unarmed status of the zone. This is basically something you would turn on at the end of the day after closing your office and disarm when you start the day. With BioStar 2.5, BioStation A2, BioStation 2, Core Station P2 and R2 will support this feature. In the future, L2, W2, and PlayStation 2 firmware will support this feature as well. The first generation entry-level devices such as XPass, BART Entry Plus, XPass S2, BioNet W will not support this feature. Note that only local zone with RS485 connection is supported right now. Global zone, which could be server matching of the zone information, is currently unavailable. You can arm and disarm the alarm zone with diverse method. The first option is to use a command card to make arm status or disarm status. And then user should authenticate with user credential. The second option for the device with a touchscreen is to press the designated buttons such as F1 and F2 in BioStation 2 and A2 and then authenticate with user credential. The last option is to use the input signal of the device to arm and disarm the device. You could possibly connect it to other controller or button as required for your project. Basic page of intrusion alarm zone configure is as follows. You cannot assign same arm and disarm card to another alarm zone. Arm delay time is from trying to set arm status to be set or arm status of zone device. In case of disarm delay time, it means a deep time from input detection time to notify intrusion alarm detection. The alarm zone can detect intrusion based on the configured input, and the sensor of the door can also be used to detect intrusion. You can configure various output and sound for the alarm status. In the trigger and action menu, you can configure the zone setting so that an email is sent to the administrator on specific event. During unarmed status, user will be unable to enter and an attempt to authenticate will be logged as intrusion alarm access denied. For further information on the types of event logs, please refer to the knowledge base configuration guide regarding alarm zone. In case of pressing key method of A2, there will be an arm button on LCD. You can make an arm status with pressing this button. When the device is set as arm status, the disarm button will be shown on LCD of A2. In case of BioStation 2, ARM and DSM key are F1 and F2. It can be also used as general TNA key. You should press and hold F1 key till beep sound. Let's see short video for BioStation 2, which is set as intrusion alarm zone. A user should press on and hold F1 key till beep sound. After delay time or setting alarm arm status, the device will be set as arm status. F1 key and F2 keys could be check-in key for time attendance if you press this key at short time. Next picture is Audit Trail. As you already know, it helps to check that which data is created, modified, or detected by the system administrator. Audit Trail menu is added to setting of BioStar 2. In Audit Trail list, all action will be displayed. Audit Trail keeps major information as follows. The report involved modified item only, and actual data won't indicate it optimized for user change. One of major features of BioStar 2.5 is video pictures. It's simple integration to see recorded video and pictures from MVR. The recorded content will be displayed after a few minutes. Please wait 3 minutes at least to wait for the log to appear. BioStar 2 ASC standard license needs to use video features. Supported MVR is as follows. MVR should be recording when event of door occurs. Also, time setting of each device is important. Refer the following information when you receive your project. We tested this MVR list with BioStar 2.5. Please be aware that MariaDB and 64-bit machine are only available to use video features of BioStar 2.5. To configure MVR from BioStar 2, MVR server IP address, server port, and admin information is necessary. After adding MVR, you should add a camera. It's simple to add a camera of MVR of BioStar 2. Right-click on MVR list, the available camera will be appeared. This is configuration page of video. You can choose the log type as video or image. If there is certain log event from selected door, recording video or image will appear to event log menu. To see recorded video, you should click this icon from view list. Left side of the screen will show the recorded video. The data can appear as large size. Whenever BioStar 2 video service gets a recorded data from MVR, the data is stored into certain folder of BioStar 2. BioStar 2 server manages the period of storing the data in accordance with the file duration setting. If using storage of C drive is 90%, past recording files will be deleted in accordance with BioStar 2 setting. Last feature is widget of BioStar 2 mobile card. It is supported by BLE of mobile. In case of Android, you can easily open a door via two functions of widget of Android phone. In case of iOS, similar features like an Android phone are supported by BioStar 2.5. I couldn't test the mobile card yet. I've got this information from our Knowledge Center site. If you have PlayStation 2 8WB which supports Bluetooth, please test after referring Knowledge Center article. In next version of BioStar 2, useful feature will be added. It will be released by March 2018. Let's see FAQ quickly. Are BioMini Combo and BioMini Slim compatible with BioStar 2? Answer is no. BioStar 2 supports BioMini only. It's because of the sensing area and the image size are different from BioStar system product. Can we use BioStar configure tool to search V2 devices? Answer is no. We are going to make new BioStar configure tool for V2. When is BioStar 1.92 SDK released? We received many inquiries about BioStar 1.92 SDK. We do not have BioStar 1.92 SDK and final version is 1.9. Next question is daylight saving time. To properly support DST, we should check whole part of firmware and BioStar 2 system. It's not ready to BioStar 2 yet, and as I mentioned before, it will be added to BioStar 2.6. Many of customers thought BioStar SDK could have fingerprint matching algorithm. But BioStar 2 SDK doesn't have that, and you should have image SDK additionally. Next question is the unlock time and lock time of V2 door of BioStar 1.92. To extended BioStar 1 version, we released BioStar 1.92 to add V2 devices, but only basic features was supported. Recently, we released BioStar 1.93 and it supports unlock time and lock time. Can we upgrade BioStar 1.x to BioStar 2 directly? We do not have a tool to convert dB of BioStar 1 to dB of BioStar 2. We recommend transferring user data of BioStar 1.92 to V2 device, and then you can get all the user information to BioStar 2. Sometimes BioStar license could be disappeared. It's because the crypt key license service which manages the license key is stopped. You should start the service from Windows service list and restart BioStar server. Next is the error 108 during BioStar 2 license activation. The cause is as follows. In case of first and third, please contact our sales representative. Last question is how to delete card number from blacklist. It's not possible to delete card number from blacklist of BioStar 2. We are going to improve that to next version. It's end of my presentation. Thank you so much for your time.